I just spawned in and got 5 on screen by a fucking Galil. Today is one of the laziest days of my life. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened. I got as much sleep as I normally would, and I've just been so tired. You know when you go to sleep and then you wake up, and when you wake up, you normally open your eyes immediately? That didn't happen this morning. I just kind of consciously woke up in my head, and my eyes were still just left closed. I even struggled to open my eyes, and it just felt like my eyelids were just glued the fuck together. My eyeballs were more closed than the Blockbuster franchise. Is that how you play the game? My eyeballs were more difficult to open than Rosie O'Donnell's legs. Did you guys ever have one of those lazy days? Because I'm really just having one of them right now. I guess that's what it is, unless there's just something wrong with me medically. I'm almost positive everybody has these really lazy days. It's just one of those days where you wake up and realize that, okay, I should not be awake. We all know in the back of our minds that we have this amount of years, months, days, whatever, however long we're gonna go until we die. But this is one of those days where you just wake up and go, I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna stay in this bed all day. Or at the very least, do absolutely nothing.
My plane standing by. Counter spy plane standing by. Enemy careful.
Fuck! One of those days where you don't even want to get up and get dressed. One of those days where you just pretty much plan on not going anywhere or going outside or being presentable for anybody. No. Stop helping the weak. He's dead! He's gone! It was a valiant effort by that young man to dive in and try to save his friend, but he was already long gone. One of those days where you just look like a complete bum and you could care less. I mean, to me, naturally, in all human beings, I know there are some people out there that go, oh, no, you're just a lazy piece of shit. You just don't want to do anything. You're just lazy. Some people say it's frowned upon and you're just lazy and not productive and all this other stuff, but in all reality, naturally inside of all of us, nobody actually wants to wake up and do work. Now, obviously, if you just set a goal for yourself, that's completely different. But when it's one of those days where you honestly don't even want to just get up to even eat, you don't want to do anything. Basically, you're at that point to where you don't use any energy whatsoever to where you don't even need to eat anything. Your stomach growls and you're like, oh, I'm hungry, but I don't want to get up and make myself food. Or you have to go to the bathroom and you're like, yeah, I'll hold it. I don't know. I just feel like given the choice, I think everybody would rather be lazy than actually do things. You know, wake up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, work for over 40, 50 hours a week away from their families and everything like that, just in return for money. I don't think anybody actually wants to do that. And the fact that we actually live in a society where we have to take over 40, 50 hours in exchange just for money is just, honestly, it's pretty sad. Now, I know there are some people that haven't watched me for the longest time, or they're even relatively new just today. And they're like, oh, well, what do you know? You're a YouTuber. You don't work. You don't do anything like that. And the reality of it is, I've been there before. I know what it's like. I worked a really shitty job in a factory with no air conditioning, not really good heat. It was basically just like this vent thing that just blew hot air onto you. Sometimes you couldn't feel your fingers. You couldn't feel your feet. All the other people around you were miserable, picking up all these heavy things all day for over 50 hours a week. I know what it's like to sit there and basically just grind and grind and grind. I'm just saying that the society that we live in today, it kind of sucks. I understand that people have to raise taxes and all this other stuff, but we're basically all just puppets for taxes. We basically all make this one big, beautiful thing called economy work. But wouldn't it just be nice for us all to live in these nice, comfy little houses with all our families and loved ones instead of being taken away into a fucking factory somewhere? I'm just saying, it'd be pretty awesome to just sit there and wake up with your girlfriend, boyfriend, with your family members and whoever and just do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, that would be my dream world where nobody really has to fucking do anything. Just do what you want. If I somehow had the choice or the power to even make that happen, I totally would, even for the people that I don't even like. Not only is it a physical grind, but it's a mental grind too. Does anybody else agree? No? Alright, well, I guess I'm just a lazy fuck.